I didn't know you was gardening.
A bucket of eggs. How many do you think there are?
102. I like these blue ones.
There's one over there.
Hi everyone! So we are outside. It has been raining non-stop for almost 2 days. So I just had to get out here because I have to show you something's finally coming up in the garden. It's our garlic! I was starting to get worried because in a local gardening group for a few weeks, everybody's been talking about how their garlic's already sprouting and they're worried about it. And I'm like, what? Ours isn't sprouting yet. But it is now! This was our first year growing garlic, so hopefully we get a whole bunch up. We did quite a few different varieties, so I'm excited to see how they all do. So I actually came out here because I have been meaning to get around to pruning our raspberries. They got a little out of hand this year, and I need to prune some dead ones. So I'm cutting down some dead ones. We also had some that grew right out of the box container we had them in, so I am cutting those off as well. As you all know, I have been so into propagating lately that I may just try to propagate those and plant them on the edge of the woods. There's not too many that are just completely dead and not going to produce anymore, but the ones that are almost look like a tree with bark peeling off, and I'm cutting them just about, if I can get in here, I'm cutting them as low to the ground as I can get. You can tell they're dead. These are the dead ones, just to kind of give you an idea what they look like. Just kind of like a peeling tree. So easy. So that's it for my spring pruning. We're pruning here in early March, just to kind of get a little head start on the berry season. These are the ones that are kind of driving me nuts. Here's the barrier where we want the raspberries to be. Here's the raspberry. You can see the difference in that one until it is definitely alive. Creek running down there. Awesome. A little bit of snow down there yet. Let's release the dead ones over here. So I think I ended up with about 6 dead raspberry plants and about 6 that were grown in the wrong place that I'm just gonna bring up and put in the greenhouse in some water for now till I have time to get to them. But I wanted to show you something else popping up in the garden. These are onions. And I'm not sure if these didn't come up last year or what exactly, but I've got a whole bunch of onions right here. Not sure if those are ones that are just didn't come up yet last year or if they reseeded themselves. I think I've planted onions there a few years, so totally possible. I'm just loving getting to be outside. I'm gonna take these raspberries and just gonna stick them in this bucket of water. I've got some pear trimmings in here too. Haven't gotten around to. Here's one of the little apple trees that I propagated a while back. It's a little green on it. It's so exciting to see that. They're working. I'm just loving all the new space in the greenhouse. All these things that we just planted in the last few days aren't coming up yet, and it's a good thing because it's going to freeze tonight. So the only thing, just double checking, that's come up in here that might need to go in are our celery. Kind of see them coming up in there. And all of our onions, our shallots. So eek. It's about 50 inside the greenhouse right now, and we're expecting about 30 for a temperature tonight for the low. So it probably won't get below freezing in here, but I just don't want to risk it. It's an awful lot of onions that we would lose. So these are coming in with me. So, got all those in. It worked out great. Matt had built 4 little wood trays, and I had 4 little trays that had to go inside. So we got those in the house, and I'm not too worried about the things planted in the greenhouse. This whole side has that de-icing cable buried to keep these warm, so I'm not even going to cover them back up. It's onions, some greens, some carrots, radishes. And then this other side over here, this is where it's mostly greens. We've got a couple of root veggies that are just starting to come up, but everything is pretty cold hardy. So I'm actually going to leave it. We already took the plastic off and I don't want to put it back on. I'll just show you how big this spinach is. There's my hand. There's this leaf. It's like almost as big as my hand. That was a Norfolk spinach and we are just loving it. It tastes good, it grows really well, we were able to save seeds really well, so yeah, I think it's a new favorite. Look at this, signs of spring. Our rhubarb is coming up. We actually planted some rhubarb by seed this year because we only have one rhubarb plant and I just love rhubarb. Now I need to get back in the house because it is starting to rain again.
Mom, perfect timing.
So it's the next day and the chickens are out of food, so we need to get some food down to them. Oh, it was the right, not the left. Working on it.
Hi, chicken. Mom, my belly's a chicken. It was belly soft. And hi. There's some
So Evan's teacher asked if he could bring a chicken to school to share with the class while they're learning about farm animals. So in a couple weeks he gets to bring a chicken, and you already picked out which one, right?
Yeah, the one I showed you.
That big gray fluffy one, and you named it?
Tommy.
Tommy, which is really sweet to me. When I was a little girl, I had a pet cat named Tommy. So we're getting our meat birds in about a week and we are so excited, but we are planning on using a chicken tractor across the yard. We've been wanting to do this for a few years and it's finally time. We ordered the chickens, they're coming, so Matt will have to get that built in the next couple weeks because when they get here they'll still be very, very little and they shouldn't need it. Well, I'm getting ready to close up the greenhouse. And I just wanted to tell you about the temps last night because we ended up having to bring in our sprouted onions and celery because we were a little nervous that it was going to freeze out here. We had expected temps of 30 and we have a thermometer right here on this post and it said it got to 31 in here, but we had this other little thermometer that was in the dirt on the unheated side of the greenhouse and it said it got to 35. So I'm going to take this little thermometer, I'm going to put it up on the shelf here by our seedlings because we're expecting cold temps tonight and I want to see how cold it actually gets kind of up here where they are. So I was looking at the temps for tonight and I'm a little worried about those onions and celery again. So I'm going to bring those in the house for the night. It looks like this broccoli is just starting to sprout. Just 2 of them I see up. Alright, I think we're good with that stuff. There were just 2 little broccoli sprouts just barely starting to come out of the dirt. I'm going to leave those out here. Get these onions, celery inside. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this vlog, be sure to give it a thumbs up.
And subscribe down below.
Glad you got to see us again.
Bye.